Hi everybody, did you miss me? Because I missed you. I don't know how I set up my iPad last time, but it's really difficult now for some reason. In this setup. Let me know if you guys like the setup. If you want me to sit back down. But, yeah. So, in this episode, I will be explaining to you part 4 of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. This one is called Diamond is Unbreakable, and it is the best part in the world, along with part 7, which I will also be explaining later down the road. So, let's just get right into it. We open the scene up to Jotaro Kujo, and he's 28 now. It's 10 years later. The year is 1999, like the Prince song. And, he's just like in Japan. He's in a small town called Morio. And he runs into this group of bullies, like these high school bullies, and they're bullying this kid. And he seems like a pretty upstanding guy. Super nice, super sweet. And then they start, like, insulting him and, like, pushing him around, and he's just, like, freaking taking it like a little baby. And then they're like, oh, your hair is stupid. And he gets really fucking angry, and he punches the guy in the face and breaks his nose. And I forgot to mention that the reason that he doesn't like people insulting his hair is because back in 1980-something, 88, when Josuke was 4, he was dying of a fever because Dio's curse was on him. His stand, Dio's curse. And so, like, when Holly was dying, so was Josuke. And so, they were stuck in the snow, him and his mom. And this man with the same haircut came and he saved them. He pushed the car and he saved them. And Josuke survived because Dio died, so don't worry. So Josuke's okay. He's like, what did you say about my hair? And they're like, oh my god, you broke my nose, you broke my nose. He turns around and he's like, whatever, bro, I hardly even touched you. So his nose is healed, but it's, like, ugly as fuck. And this is where Jotaro, and this is where we learn that Josuke, which is the boy, Josuke's ability, who is the main character, I'm so sorry, this is the JoJo of the part. His ability is to heal things, or fix things that are broken. So, Jotaro approaches this young man and is like, hey, you're Josuke, right? I am your nephew, Jotaro. And you may be thinking, Elio, what? How is Jotaro this guy's nephew? If you guys remember Joseph Joestar, of course you do. Kind, loyal Joseph Joestar cheats on his wife, Suzy Q, with this random-ass woman from Japan. Guess who that woman is? It's Josuke's mother. So, Jotaro has fathered yet another baby that he doesn't know about. Just kidding, that's only happened once, but yeah, so he doesn't know about this baby. And then Jotaro is like, I am here today because I have a little picture, a little photograph of this man. Do you know who he is? And he's here in Morio. And this photo was taken from Joseph's divine intervention camera. So this is why, so Jotaro is just like exploring a little bit in Morio. So, the next few episodes are them, like, kind of fighting this guy. His name's Angelo, and he is the worst man in the world. He's a felon, and he was, like, executed twice, but it just didn't work. He just wouldn't die. And that's where we find out that he is a stand user, but not a natural-born stand user. He gained his stand ability when he was in prison, and he was suddenly shot with an arrow. And this arrow granted him a magical stand power. And so, basically, fights ensues. Josuke, by the way, he lives with his mother and his grandfather, who is the police officer of Morio, the sheriff, as you could say. So, Angelo kills poor Josuke's grandfather, and then they kill Angelo. Well, they don't really kill him. Josuke beats him up and reconfigures him into a rock. And so now he just lives in Morio. He's a landmark, per se. So then Jotaro's like, okay, there are arrows here, and I'm exploring arrows. They reveal this later in the series, but Jotaro and Polnareff traveled the globe to find these arrows, because the arrows were a possession of a minor character in part 3 that I didn't mention, which was Jay Giles' mother, and Yaba, and she was just like they fought her for an episode, but she had all these arrows. So basically what an arrow does is if you get shot with an arrow and you don't possess the potential to become a stand user, you just die. You just get shot and you die. But if you have the potential, you become a stand user and you gain an ability. So, anyways, now they're on this hunt. They're like, there are arrows here and we gotta find them. We gotta find who turned Angelo into a stand user, because these arrows are very dangerous. So, there's this little boy named Koichi, and I didn't mention, but he's low-key like kind of a main character. Like, sometimes it feels like he's more of a main character than Josuke, and I fucking hate Koichi. He's annoying as hell. He's super short, he's annoying, all he does is scream and yell and cry and pee his pants, and he's so annoying. Anyways, him and Josuke are friends now because they go to the same high school. So him and Koichi are walking down the street, and they see this abandoned home, and I'm like, whoa, this is really odd, this is really strange. So they walk into this home, and Koichi is shot from the window. Shot from the window with an arrow. They're like, holy shit, Koichi's dead as fuck. And so there are two men in this house, and one of them, yeah, he has an arrow. And so like, Josuke's like, we gotta save Koichi, we gotta find out what's going on. And we see this other guy. His name's Okuyasu Nijimura. And he's a high school student, just like Josuke and Koichi. And then we find out later that the man in the house is Okuyasu's brother, Keicho Nijimura. Sorry, my bangs are really pissing me off. That works. Keicho Nijimura. And so he has possession of these arrows because he's trying to turn people into stand users so he can find somebody to kill his dad. Because way back in the 80s, when Dio was still alive, he made a deal with this man and a lot of other men. So he made a deal with Okuyasu and Keicho's father, and he kind of like sold his soul, per se. And so when Dio died, he turned into this thing, because Dio had like implanted some cells into him and made him like strong and powerful. I don't know, they didn't really explain it too well. So Keicho's like, I need to find somebody to kill my father, because like, he won't freaking die, and he's pissing me off, and I beat the shit out of him, and all he does is cry and scrape at this little box. And so Josuke's like, let me help you out. He fixes, he goes into the box and there's a photo. It's all freaking crumpled up or ripped up, and he fixes the photo, and it's a photo of him and his family. And he's been clawing at that photo for literally 10 years, and Keicho, or like not even 10 years, like 12 years, and Keicho had never even like thought to look inside the box and like put this photo back together. Like for however long, he was like, didn't even know why he was scratching at the box. Like, wouldn't you just, okay, whatever. So then, at the end of the episode, we see this little guy through the power lines. He's kind of like power line guy. So we don't see his user, just the stand. His name is Red Hot Chili Peppers. And he kills Keicho, dead as fuck. And now he has the arrow. It's like, okay, we gotta kill this guy now. Then we find out later, just a fact to keep in mind, that Morio has like 4 times the disappearance rate of any other small town. So they've had like 81 disappearances in the last year. Just keep that in mind. So they're chasing down Red Hot Chili Pepper over like a few episodes. I don't know. I love this part because it seems like a bunch of filler episodes, but in a good way. It's very sweet, very cute. So they end up chasing Red Hot Chili Pepper to this boat dock. And that's where we find out, oh, Joseph is coming to town. So Joseph's on this boat, and he's coming to town. And so they end up defeating Red Hot Chili Pepper and his user. And Joseph and Josuke meet for the first time. I just have an opinion on this. And I really do skip the Joseph-centered episodes in this part, because I can't stand him. He's horrible. I hate him. He's just different. It makes me sad. Joseph is gang as fuck. We're all together. We're having a great time. And there's this girl named Yukiko. And really, if I wanted to, I could leave her out of this explanation, but I just love her so much. And her ability is that she has very long hair and she can like control the hair on her head. And she's deeply in love with Koichi, which is a shocker, I would say, because Koichi is the most annoying little boy in the world. And so she's just like deeply in love with him. There's an episode where she kidnaps him, and she goes to this woman, Aya, who is a minor character. And Aya's ability is that she can like change your facial features. She's like an esthetician. But her stand ability, she like changes your facial features and like makes you beautiful and appealing and symmetrical. And so Koichi ends up falling in love with Yukiko because of her magic powers. So they're endgame. They're together. So then we learn about this man. We do, the audience, not anybody else yet. His name is Yoshikage Kira. He's based off David Bowie, which I just love so much. And we find out he is a serial killer. He's 33 years old, he lives alone in his house, and he works an office job, and he's a serial killer. He goes around killing women and cutting their hands off because he has a little thing for hands. I mean, what you do in your own time is okay, but, well, probably not. So then we meet a new character named Rohan Kashibe, and he is a manga artist. And so his ability is truly the most goated ability in the whole entire universe. He's literally God with this freaking ability. And if he wasn't so, like, realistic, he could be doing anything in the world. So his ability is called Heaven's Door, and basically you can turn anybody into a book, read their memories, read everything about them, and you can write things in there, and it will become true, it will become real. And so first, it used to be only, like, relevant to the person you're writing about. But then in a later episode, he is in this fight with this boy, and he writes on a random person, like, something that's not apparent to them, and it becomes true. So he can really just, like, write anything. He could write, everybody will die in 3 seconds, and it will happen. But he doesn't do that because he's like, oh, if my world isn't real, then my manga will not be real. My manga will not be real, whatever. Let's just say Rohan is a favorite of the creator of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. He has his own spin-off. Let's just say that. And so, one day, Koichi and Rohan go down an alleyway that wasn't there before. They're looking on the map, and he's like, what? This alleyway isn't in this map. This is so weird. And so, they go down this alleyway, and they're like, they meet this girl, and she's dead as fuck. She's a ghost with her ghost dog. And she's like, there's a man in this town. And he's gonna kill everyone. He killed me. And he's gonna kill you next. And please, you have to avenge me. So they're like, okay. Okay, this is our new goal. This is our new journey. We're gonna avenge this girl. And then another episode happens where Josuke and Okuyasu meet this little middle school boy. And he's kind of like annoying as fuck. Like they like win $1 million because his stand ability is that he can like collect little things with his little guys. And so they like collect coupons. It's just like this whole episode, just like for funsies, and they win a bunch of money and whatever. Anyways, he dies because of the whole sandwich debacle. Yoshikage Kira buys a sandwich, and his girlfriend at the time is getting kind of decayed. So he eats a sandwich, he puts the hand in the bag so he can throw it away. And Shigechi, the middle schooler, he also buys a sandwich, and he's like, where the fuck did my sandwich go? Because a dog stole the sandwich. And he turns around, he's like, oh, there's my sandwich, and it's the hand. It's a bag of the hand. So now Kira's like, holy shit, this little boy just took my hand, my wifey. So he's following him, and they're like fighting for this bag, and they rip it open, and there's a hand. And Shigechi's like, that's not a prop, is it? I think that's a real hand. And so this is where we find out what Kira's ability is, which is he is a bomb. He can turn anything to a bomb. So he kills Shigechi, and they're like, holy shit, somebody killed Shigechi. There's a serial killer. And before he dies, he brings a button of Kira's jacket to Josuke. And so then Jotaro and Koichi go to this shirt maker, and Kira just keeps unlocking abilities. He has like this heat sensory ability of like, it's like a bomb, and it like rolls around and like finds whatever's hottest. So it kills the shop owner, so they don't know whose jacket it belongs to. And so they have this whole fight. They actually find out the identity of Kira. And kind of everybody's here. We're like fighting, we're running after him, we're fighting him. Not really fighting, but they're like running after him. And then we find out that Kira goes to Aya's shop and like kills her, but not before he forces her to change his face. So he grabs this random man off the street, and they swap faces, and now he is undercover again. So now they don't know who this guy is. So now he adopts a new life. He has a new wife. He has this weird-ass son who spies on him and his new wife. He's weird. He's really, really, really weird. I'm scared. So after that, we just kind of have some like cute little episodes. Like they meet an alien, but we don't know if he's a stand user or an alien. And then like Josuke and Rohan play some games. Just have a good time, good summer time. And then Hayato finds out that Kira's not his dad. So he's like, why does my dad have to practice his own signature? Why are my dad's shoes not fitting him? And then he follows him home after work, and he catches him killing a woman. And so he's like, I know that you're not my dad. I know that you're not my father. I know that you killed him. And so Kira gets so angry and mad that he kills Hayato, which kind of unlocks his third ability. I don't know who keeps giving him abilities. I don't know how that's fair, that he has all these abilities. But it's okay. So his final ability is called, Bites the Dust. And I forgot to mention before, his second ability was called Sheer Heart Attack. And his main bomb stand is called Killer Queen, if you catch the pattern, the drift. So Sheer Heart Attack is like a time loop, kind of. So Hayato wakes up and he finds out that he's living the same day over and over again. So he wakes up, the vase drops and breaks. And then Kira kisses his wife goodbye. Hayato forgets his hat. And those same events are canon and they happen over and over and over again. And so then Hayato is like, I have to tell Rohan, like, I have to tell him that Kira is not my dad. I'm so sorry, I don't really remember how Hayato knows everybody, because he doesn't. I mean, for sure, like, Josuke and his friends and Rohan, they don't know who Hayato is. But Hayato knows who these guys are, for some reason. I'm sorry, I don't know. But he's like, I need to tell Rohan, I need to meet with him and tell him that Kira is the killer. My dad is Kira. So the rule is that Hayato cannot reveal his secret. So if he does that, the day restarts. And so we've gone through it 3 times already. So all of the like same things happen over and over again. And he's like getting better at it. Like he knows. And he needs to tell Rohan before a certain time on the clock or he will blow up. Because in the first day, Rohan blows up. And we're like, oh my god, Rohan's dead. But then he wakes up again and the day starts, and so Rohan's alive until the certain time where he blows up. So then Josuke is fighting Kira. Okuyasu almost dies. He goes into the light. He sees his brother and he's like, I need to go back. He lives. They kind of like have him cornered. Like they have Kira cornered. And there's like an ambulance backing up. There's like people, because people are hurt, so there's like ambulance, police, whatever. And he's like, oh my god, your hands are the most beautiful hands I've ever seen. I have something in my pants. And then he gets run over by an ambulance. His head rolls all the way around. He dies. And I didn't mention this before, but in the alleyway, the ghost alleyway, it's only there sometimes. But if you're in the ghost alleyway and you turn around, the spirits will get you. So whatever you do, don't turn around. And so Kira is dead. And he's like, damn it, I'm fucking dead. I'm dead as hell. And the ghost girl is there, Raimi. And she's like, gotcha. And he's like, I know this place all too well. If I turn around, I'm going to die forever. And so she like tricks him. And he turns around and he's being taken away by the spirits. And that's how the part ends. I'm sorry, that was kind of a bad explanation. But let me give you my thoughts. I think that part 4 is the best part in the world. As you can see, I love Josuke. And I will say that Kira is my favorite villain. Just because he is so normal. He is such a normal guy. Like, he doesn't care about the Joestars. Every other single villain just wants to kill the Joestar family. Yoshikage Kira is just trying to live a normal life. And these freaking guys are all up on his body and trying to kill him. For no reason, frankly. Like, he's just trying to live his freaking life. I thought it was great. I thought it was so fun. And stay tuned for part 5, where we go to Italy. Love ya.